Man, what's going on, athletes around the world? My name is Ali and welcome back to the Athlete's Journey. So I got a question on my previous video that I'll post up around here, asking to do a video on a full weekly training split for basketball players. So that's what we're about to do today. But first things first, let me just say that, man, it has been a hot minute since I was last on YouTube. That video was actually from August 2020, and since then it's actually skyrocketed to about 11,000 views. And I've actually gotten 83 subscribers since then, who haven't actually unsubscribed. So to all of you, that doesn't sound like a lot in the grand scheme of YouTube, but to all of you, man, who stayed loyal and actually subscribed and stuck through it the whole time, I sincerely apologize, and from the bottom of my heart, thanks very much for staying loyal. I'm back and I'm here to give you guys some more content. Let's get straight to it. And don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, all of that. Let me know what you think of the video. Ring that notification bell. Apparently that's a really big thing, so if you can do that, I'd be much appreciated. Now the first thing I want to say is there are so many different ways that you can go about this. There's so many different training methods, training styles, all that kind of stuff. This is just the way I think it should be, and what I think is we need to simplify this shit down. The simpler, the better. In the gym, much like in life, we as human beings love to overcomplicate everything. Right, you got all these different people, you got all these different voices all over the internet trying to get your attention. They're trying to be different to get your attention, when in reality, we all know what we need to do. So, look, I'm just gonna map it out here nice and clearly. I may say some shit you may not agree with, but guess what? You don't have to do it. Step one, I think that if you play a sport, you know what? Even if you just train, man, but more specifically, if you play a sport, you should be having 2 training sessions a day. A weight training session and for a basketball example, an on-court training session. So putting up shots, ball handling drills, shooting drills, that kind of thing, right? On-court conditioning as well. And, if you don't like it, don't complain about not being the best player on the court. I used to do that. I used to just be like, man, why is this dude, why am I bricking this shot? Why am I, why is this person clamping me up? Never happened. But why is this person clamping me up? I realized I wasn't putting up shots every day. So get in the gym, put up shots every single day, work on that fader, work on those layups, work on those threes, visualize in your head Mike Breen yelling bang when you knock down a deep three. The real keys to success. For today, however, I just want to focus on the weight training portion of those 2 sessions. Let me know in the comments though if you are interested in some on-court drills. I love to do that kind of stuff as well. I say let me know. I'm probably going to post the video regardless, but let me know anyway in the comments if it's of interest. Either way, it's going up. So after thinking about it for quite some time, I actually found 2 ways of training that would best fit this. We'll call it split A and split B. I'll put them up on the screen at the end of this video so you can screenshot them. Keep in mind though, they won't feature specific workouts. It'll really just be the overall split. Why, might you ask? Because I want to film actual training videos in the future like I did a couple of years ago, outlining those specific workouts. Okay, starting with split A. This is going to be a push-pull legs training style, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Whichever one goes on Monday or Wednesday or Friday, don't care. Just get them done. That's not really important. The important thing that I want you guys to grasp is that in this style workout in split A, we're going to be trying to tick all the boxes that we possibly can. What do I mean by that? Well, in athletic style training, I believe everything can really be simplified into 5, maybe 6 components. Activation, strength, explosiveness, hypertrophy, core. Honorable mention can be made for stability, but I'm going to show you how I sprinkle that in throughout the workout to sort of tick that box off. So if you were rocking with me 2 years ago, thanks for that by the way if you were, you'll know that I consider activation as warming up your body, lubing up your joints, injury prevention, prehab, if you will. Alright, so starting with activation. The most obvious way to do this that most people do, including myself, is dynamic stretching. Not static stretching where you sit in the same stretch for like 30 to 60 seconds. Get moving around the gym. Get walking, and as you're walking, pull up for a quad stretch. I will include these examples in future videos. Another thing that I like to do is actually an Olympic lift. Very light though, because we're not experts. We're not professional Olympic lifters. Keep it simple. Focus on the body part that you're hitting. So what I mean by that is if you're gonna go for a push day, you're gonna wanna do an overhead push press to warm up those necessary joints. Keep it really light. I did it in my previous video, which I'll link up somewhere, wherever YouTube allows it these days, and you'll see what I mean by a push press. Keep it light, 3 sets, 3 to 5 reps, get sweating a little bit, break a little bit of a sweat to gear up for strength. Alright, strength. So strength is probably the most basic one you guys have probably heard of. This is that compound movement, typically of whatever it is you're training. So again, on a push day, you're probably going to want to jump on that bench, 5 by 5. Don't be afraid to get down to those 2 to 3 rep ranges, man. That's where it's going to be real beneficial for you, where you're really going to pick up some strength and fry that central nervous system. One thing you want to note though is rest a little bit longer. This is something that, to be honest, I still haven't got right. You got to rest like 2 to 4 minutes when you're training for strength, because you want to actually recover and get quality reps out. Easier said than done, because I'm cut from the cloth of bodybuilding. Like when I was in my teen years, I was all about bodybuilding, so I was resting like 20 seconds. Hey, you know what? We're going to get you to rest 2 to 4 minutes. Get it done, man. It'll help you out a lot. The third component is explosiveness. This is one of my favorites. It is so tiring as well. Basically, what you want to do is activate those fast twitch fibers. Get your body used to moving in that way, right? When you get it used to moving in that way, it's going to start doing it subconsciously. It's at a conscious level when you first start, but when you start moving that way over and over and over again, you're really gonna be able to do that without even thinking about it. So a really good way to do it for a push day, again, let's just keep referencing a push day, is platform push-ups. If you can't do platform push-ups, just do clap push-ups on the ground, right? What I mean by platform push-ups, literally grab yourself like 2 boxes or 2 platforms, put them to the side of you, have enough room to be on the floor, come down for a push-up, explode up, bam, catch yourself up there. When you suss that, suss is probably the wrong slang. If you're not from New Zealand or Australia, suss, man, when you achieve that, you're gonna be super happy with yourself. 6 to 8 rep range, maybe even keep it at 6, because trust me when I say your muscles are gonna get tired. They are not used to moving that way, especially if you're doing it in a fast way. So if you go boom, come down, boom, come down. That stuff is dope. It's one of my favorite ways to train. So get that done. Include 1 or 2 workouts, right? You could even go supersetting, the platform push-ups with clap push-ups, right? Just to sort of get that little extra burn. And it even gets you going for hypertrophy, because it gets a little blood flowing into those muscles. All right, here we are. Hypertrophy, also known as bodybuilding. I'm training hypertrophy right now, actually. The way I'm doing it is through split B, which I'll talk to you about very soon. But anyways, back on track. Hypertrophy is, another way for just pumping as much stupid amount of blood as you can into that muscle, tearing that muscle fiber and then repairing it later. It's the way my generation grew up knowing training. If you grew up watching WWE like me and you saw John Cena and Batista coming out, looking like they're ready to step on a Mr. Olympia stage, man, you wanted to get into bodybuilding. And that's exactly what I did, right? As I was 14, 15, I jumped in and I started bodybuilding. Anyways, back on track. I got a little bit sidetracked there. Holla at me if you're a WWE fan, by the way. Massive fan right here. Cena's the GOAT. So anyways, it's really simple, man. What you're gonna wanna do for hypertrophy is I like to just do a giant tri-set or a quad set. What do you even, 4 movements in one set, right? You wanna just do it all in one go. And another thing I'm gonna say that people might not agree with is screw the 8 to 12 range. I would say go 15 to 20 with the same weights. Yep. So take those weights that you would usually do 8 to 12 with and push 15 to 20 out. 20 is if you're a real lunatic like me. 15 is good too. A good example again with push day. Get yourself some incline dumbbell press, superset that with some side lateral raises, and then superset that as well with front lateral raises. Or you can go do handstand push-ups, right, to target those front delts. If you can't do handstand push-ups, put your feet up on a platform like on a box or something that you'd usually do a box jump with, and just angle yourself so that you're kind of like this and come down, boom, until you get comfortable enough to hit those handstand push-ups. Another one of those things, man, you just pump as much blood into that muscle, you're gonna get a pump. Just like Arnie in Pumping Iron, you're gonna be coming day and night. Just a quick note on hypertrophy. This is where I like to sprinkle in a little bit of stability. It is, especially for imbalances, it is crucial that you try and incorporate at least some single limb movements. So for push day, you want to include single arm stuff. So for example, you could jump on the bench and instead of doing 2 dumbbells like this, you could just go on and do 1, right? And that's going to throw you off a lot, right? If you want to go do, 20 reps of push-ups, go do it on a half Swiss ball, right? And then boom, boom. That's really going to target that stability aspect, which is that honorable mention. It's the honorable mention sixth component, which I won't go over to too much, but bottom line is if you can hit some single leg, single arm, single whatever type movements, you're going to do pretty well in that area. So let's move on finally to core. Core is... I think you just love to hate core. No one really enjoys core. It's not really that. It's not that fun, but it is absolutely essential and crucial. Again, it's a real easy, not easy, simple, right? It's simple but not easy. Basically, what you're gonna wanna do is you're just gonna wanna, again, do a tricep or a quad set or however you can. People often mistake their core for just their abs, right? You got your obliques, you got your lower back as well. It's your full trunk. So you're gonna wanna get all of it in one go. So that could just be on the ground. What I like to do is if you know bodybuilding like I do, you're familiar with 21s, right? So when you're going to do bicep curls, you go 7 here, 7 up there, 7 all together. Do the same thing, lie on the ground, do 10 crunches to target the upper abs, 10 leg raises to target the lower abs, and then do 10 Russian twists. And when I say 10, I mean 20, so 10 on each side. Just like that, you've ticked off this entire thing. Once you're finished with that, go over and do some lower back extensions. Boom, 3 to 4 sets of that, your core is fried. So that is it for your weight training sessions on your Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Like I said, at a separate time of the day, give yourself 5 to 6 hours if your job or commitments allow you to do it, or if they don't, make time for it anyway. You got no excuse, right? One thing that you could do, right, is on your Tuesdays and Thursdays, I say could do, one thing you will do is jump in and do some conditioning at the gym. So on your Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, you got your push-pull legs or legs push-pull or whatever you want to do. And you got those components that you're ticking off. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, get in and kick some conditioning, right? And when I say conditioning, I don't mean a brisk walk on the treadmill or an incline walk, right? I mean EMOMs and AMRAPs and complexes. Man, I'm talking crawling out of the gym, drenched in sweat. Like you just gotta lie back and go, ah, right? Everyone knows what a workout like that feels like. You've done it at least once in your life. I want you to do it twice a week, right? And still, get in the gym later on and put some shots up. You want to drop 40? You want to be a Mamba? That's what you got to do. Now, I'm not going to go over conditioning too much in this video. We'll save that for another one. Leave it in the comments. Once again, if you want to see, conditioning follow-alongs, I say leave it in the comments. I'm going to do the video regardless. So comment on the video anyway because it helps the algorithm. So that's it for split A. It's a great way to tick off all your boxes. Get in that gym, walk out with everything done, with everything hurting, just like it should. So let's move on to split B. Split B is very similar, but you're just gonna split those components up into 6 to 8 week increments. For example, you're gonna have a 6 to 8 week strength cycle. 6 to 8 weeks after that, you're gonna have a hypertrophy cycle and an explosive cycle and a conditioning cycle. Once you do that, that is where you're gonna see real growth and real progression because you're actually just dedicating all your time for 2 months pretty much on one of those 5 or 6 components, right? So that's actually what I'm doing right now. I'm in a hypertrophy phase. So I'm walking in the gym and I'm just trying to put as much blood in my muscles as possible. So it's going to be the same idea. It's going to be a push-pull leg split. It's the best way I think to train. I think it's just great to tick off, 2 or 3 muscle parts in one go. You don't want to I don't feel like a full body is an optimal way to train. Also, I'm not a huge fan of the chest day bro split type thing. Reason for that is I just don't believe in letting muscles recover for 1 week. I think a muscle can recover however long you give it. Call it how you want, right? It's worked for me. It's worked for so many other people as well. Your body will adapt. Your body knows how to adapt. Let it adapt. Make it adapt. So the only difference is it's gonna be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So push-pull legs, push-pull legs. On the Sunday, it's what's called an accessory day, right? So that's kind of where you work out your little kinks, right? You do some forearms, you do some calves on top of your leg day, do your calves on leg day. But work out the imbalances, work out the body parts that you're not a fan of, right? I also like to train a little bit of arms on this day because I don't really do arms throughout the week. I think they get hit enough throughout my push and pull days. As for a rest day, I don't have one. I don't like them, right? The reason for it is it's part of my life. Training is a part of my life. I don't take a rest day from brushing my teeth. I'm sure you don't either. I hope you don't. But it's a part of my life. I don't take a rest day. The days that I come in that are supposed to be rest days, consider that an active recovery day. right? So it's not as hard as the other days, but I'm still coming in and I'm getting a sweat on. But anyways, guys, that's it for today. That is the 2 splits I find are optimal for basketball players. I think you're going to see a lot of growth with these. I would recommend split B, where you do it in increments rather than all together. The other one, split A, works completely fine as well. If that's what you're after, try both. I did split A for a while. I got a little bored of it. So now you actually have something to look forward to. Let me know what you guys think of the video. Finally, again, my 83 subs, the 10,000-ish views on the video 2 years ago. I'm eternally grateful for you guys. I never took a day off of checking my analytics and just telling myself, get back into this, you moron. There are people here that want to see this. So I'm back, and I look forward to uploading more videos for you guys soon. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Peace out, athletes.